recording this? All right, so the recording has started. If you don't want your face as part of a recording, you can go ahead and turn your camera off. So once again, welcome. We're excited, and I'm looking outside, and it's a little cloudy, but I'm sure if we would have had this in person, we would have had the storms that were predicted for between 5 and 7. But I think it is going to happen later in the evening. But you know, that's how the ball bounces sometimes. I'm going to start off by saying our 3 school rules of I will take care of myself, I will take care of others, and I will take care of my community. Me cuidaré a otros y cuidaré a mi comunidad. Je prends soin de moi-même, je prends soin des autres, je prends soin de ma communauté. And next slide. I want to start off by saying 3 of our Stokes anchors. The first is our school mission. The Stokes mission is to prepare culturally diverse elementary school students to be leaders, scholars, and responsible citizens who are committed to social justice. Stokes School teaches students to think, speak, read, write, and learn in 2 languages, English and French, or English and Spanish. We actually have to change that to 3 languages because English is a language. With a dual focus on academic excellence and community service, Stokes School accomplishes its mission by creating an environment of achievement, respect, and nonviolence. Our vision is to be recognized, respected, and emulated as a premier model of urban education in the United States. And our core values are integrity, diversity, creativity, service, community, respect, enthusiasm for learning, and compassionate leadership. And I'm going to go name this list. Once again, my name is Bobby Caballero. I am the campus director at the Brookland campus. At the network level of administrators, and that's administrators that support both Brookland and East End campus, we have our executive director, Ms. Erica Bryant, the founder and senior advisor, Ms. Linda Moore, director of finance, Bill Machidwowski, director of operations, Ms. Fresia Cortez, our chief academic officer, Ms. Maribel Juan, director of data, planning, and accountability, Ms. Julia Sinertia, myself, the campus director, Mr. Abdul Kareem Ewing Boyd, the campus director at the East End campus, Mr. Everett Richardson, director of special education, Senor David Bravo, ELL coordinator, and Ms. Carolyn Hutton, communications manager. The leadership at the Brookland campus is, once again, myself, the campus director, Constanza Rosas, director of teaching and learning, Abby Sondek, dean of students, Mirza Lopez, operations manager, Rejan Delma, school counselor, and Ana Maria Donado, family engagement coordinator.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Bobby, and good evening, everyone. I am Erica Bryant. As Mr. Bobby just introduced me, I'm Stokes School's executive director. I'd like to welcome you again to the new school year, and just to let you know that we are very excited to have our scholars return to school next week, and equally thrilled that after almost 3 years of COVID, we'll be able to recommence some of our pre-COVID routines. Next. So this year, masking for students will be optional, both outdoors and indoors. Our scholars will no longer be in cohorts or pods. We're going to start using some of our common areas again for before school, morning lineups, assemblies, and other school gatherings. And our Before Care program is back. It will be available to students starting at 7:30 a.m. on Monday through Friday.
Thank you, Ms. Ryan. Good afternoon, parents. This is Fresia Cortez, and I'm Stokes Director of Operation, and I'll also walk you through, excuse me, a few of the highlights for this year. As Ms. Bryan mentioned, we are delighted that we, in some sense, we're getting back into session this year with a less restricted environment, more looking like pre-pandemic. She mentioned that students are not required to mask indoor or outdoor, although we do encourage it. For our staff, the protocol is different. Our staff will be masked 100% for the time being while indoor, unless they're eating or drinking. This year, we're following CDC. We continue following CDC guidelines, and we will not be testing for asymptomatic students or staff. So the only testing will be for symptomatic students and staff. The school will provide this year antigen tests to all students and staff to test upon return for the 3 long breaks for the time being. So that would be Indigenous Peoples Day, Thanksgiving break, and winter break. When we're getting close to those dates, the school will send you a notification letting you know when to pick, where to pick, the hours to pick up those tests, or if they will be sent home, what that protocol will look like. Okay, so this program is the antigen tests are provided to us through OSSI, and they are requesting, or they encourage families to submit their test result through the rapid test submission portal, which will then, they will share that information. Very exciting. This year we have additional health support from OSSI, and that comes on the form of a PCT, which is a patient care technicians. And the PCTs are nursing assistants or medical technicians. They were trained on COVID-19 management and immunization attendant policy. So they will take anything that is COVID related will go to the PCTs. Okay, we highly encourage, we ask that you please send anything that is COVID-19 related to our Stokes email address, covid19@ewstokes.org. The school, of course, will continue with the extensive cleaning and disinfecting through the day and at nighttime. And if you are interested in reading the full health and safety plan for this year, this presentation will be pushed out after, and you can just click on the link that will take you there. One key thing for entry to school on the 29th for grades K through 5th, and the 30th for the pre-K students, is that we are requesting to present a negative antigen test. Okay, the school has those available. They're in-house, and you can go ahead and pick an antigen test from the school between 8:30 a.m. or 3 p.m. If those hours don't work for you, please let Senora Mirza, our operations manager, know so we can arrange something. Additionally, you can always go to the DC COVID centers to get your free antigen test. And those are the big highlights for COVID-19 for this year. We're very excited, and I wish you a really good school year. So thank you.
Yes, and there was a question. We will be able to take a few questions afterwards. Ms. Cortez, somebody asked a question. Will they be able to ask questions about the COVID protocols?
Yeah, so I have to transition to East End I will be back at the end. Somebody can respond those questions if I'm not available. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
All right, so earlier Ms. Bryant mentioned before care. We will open our doors as we did in the pre-pandemic times at 7:30 in the morning. Between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m., the kinder and through 5th grade will have school, and 8:30 to 3 p.m. will be the pre-K students. Sorry. And then after school will be 3 p.m. to 5:45. And a lot of folks ask about that 5:45. They thought that it ended at 6. It's always ended at 5:45. You get a 15-minute grace period in after school. At 6:01, you will be charged a late fee. So that's why it ends at 5:45, but you get a 15-minute grace period. So just know that at 6:01 and beyond, you will be charged for a late fee for after school. Fridays, we still have early dismissal at 1 p.m. Morning drop-off procedures. The Otis Gate Street will be open from 7:30 to 8:15. And this is for 1st through 5th grade students and their younger siblings. So if we have like a 3rd grader and a pre-K student, they can go in through the back. If you are a walker, you can also use the Otis Street gate if you have any, students in kindergarten and 1st grade. Some folks live, in the neighborhood, and instead of having them walk all the way around, we let them come in through the gate on Otis Street. And Otis Street is what's typically known as the back of the school. Oakview Terrace, we have for pre-K and K students. So park your car and walk your students to the entrance of Oakview Terrace, to the entrance of the front door. And once again, you'll just drop them off at the front door and we'll take them from there. And, I guess I should, can you go back? I'm sorry. Oops. If students want to go have, there's a lot of questions coming in blocking me. So if pre-K students, they go to the cafeteria, to the dining room for before care and for breakfast. Scholars, if they want to go get breakfast, between 7 and 8, they can go to the dining room. And then like if they're done with breakfast, they can come to the multi-purpose room for before care. If they do not want to eat breakfast, they can head straight to the multi-purpose room. Morning lineup will begin at 8 a.m. Oops, sorry. All right, so morning lineup will begin at 8 a.m. and end by 8:15, sometimes around 8:10. So what happens in morning lineup, we line up 1st through 5th grade, Spanish on one side, French on the other. We do our song of the day. I'm not going to go through all the songs of the day, but each day has a different song. We sing happy birthday to anyone whose birthday it is in 3 languages: Spanish, French, English, sometimes sign language. And every now and then a student might choose a language or a version of happy birthday that, we might have to all learn together. Then we say the 3 school rules of I will take care of myself, I will take care of others, and I will take care of my community. During Hispanic Heritage Month, we will say those in Spanish, and during Francophone Month, we will say those in English. In French, I'm sorry. Dismissal. All students will be dismissed at 3 p.m. By 3:10, students who have not picked up will be brought to after school. The teacher will attempt to get a hold of you, and if you say, I'm running 20 minutes late, your child will be sent to after school, and then you will have to call in to pick your child up from the after school program. French classes will line up for dismissal the same way we did last year. They will line up in front of the school next to the playground and meet their parents. And the Spanish students will line up in the courtyard, and the parents should use the Otis Street entrance to access the courtyard. The gates will open at 2:45 and close at 3:10. And I have, for arrival, you saw that the gates will close at 8:15. At that time, your child will be tardy. However, what we've seen in the past is that when parents are running late, they tend to, if we close the gates at 8 o'clock, they tend to speed to get their child there in the gate. And if the gate closed, then they speed around the block to get them to Oakview Terrace. So we want to provide a little buffer there before we close that gate. So. So for drop off and pickup, last year you saw that we had someone stationed at the bottom of Oakview Terrace. We will have that again, unless you have a disability parking placard. Please, even if, once the person leaves at the bottom of the gate, the bottom of Oakview Terrace, and, you're dropping off your child, like let's say you get there 8:45 and there's no one there at the bottom of the hill anymore. Please be very respectful to our neighbors. Even if you park, even if it's for 30 seconds, a minute, if you block their driveway, that's a minute that they have to wait and they can't get out of their own home. So let's please be very respectful to our neighbors. Same thing, please don't park in front of a fire hydrant. And when, our neighbors have yards, some of them have yards on there. Let's make sure that we use the sidewalks and not their yards. Again, we just want to be good neighbors and respectful to our neighbors. Any car that is illegally parked on the school grounds will be, will be towed at the owner's expense. After school. The after school program, so Mr. Eric will run the after school program. And once again, it runs from 3 to 5:45 and Fridays from 1 to 5:45. And these are one of the things that pre-pandemic, again, we're going to be able to mix some of the grades for some of the clubs and activities. So for instance, if your child wants to do, wants to be part of the steel drum program with Mr. Richards, that I think it's 1st through 5th grade can be part of that. In violin, we have martial arts, and we can mix the grades in those again. So that's a big plus. We're looking forward to that. And Ms. Ray-Sean, I believe this is you.
Hello, everyone. Salut. Je m'appelle Réjeanne Delma, and I am the school counselor at the Brookland campus. I will be discussing our students' well-being, focusing mainly on 3 of our SEL goals for this year, which is social emotional learning for our students, staff, and family members as well. And we also focus on nutrition. Healthy foods is definitely one of the things we focus here at Stokes. We provide healthy snacks throughout the day for all students. Fruits, vegetables, lunch, breakfast, and supper are regularly provided for students as well. If students have any dietary restrictions, if they're vegans or anything, please let us know this, because we will tailor our meals for your students and stuff. So supper, the lunch fee is $4.50. Parents can apply for free lunch and reduce. You can reach out to the main office, Ms. Mercer, for an application if you would like to apply for that. Menus are posted monthly on the website. And you could definitely check to see what our breakfast, what our lunch, and what's the supper menu for the day and for the month. We, as I said before, we cater to students who have specific dietary needs, such as gluten, dairy, egg allergies, and vegetarians. We're a school that we are peanut free, so we don't provide anything with peanuts or for peanut allergies. So that's not any of the nutrition that we provide. And you could also contact Miss Kimberly, which is our cafeteria person responsible for the cafeteria, if you have any questions or have any requests for your child. Stokes School takes a restorative approach to discipline. Restorative conversations address the following questions. What happened? Who has been affected? How can we repair the harm that has been done? What have we learned that will help us make better choices next time? The goal of restorative practices is to definitely build a better community, allow students also to take responsibility and to also have a responsibility in building that trust and building that relationship if there was harm done. We also have peace of mind. That's one of our social emotional learning here at Stokes. The peace of mind curriculum, there's a curriculum book that teachers follow it's based by their grade. There are storybooks, that helps the children to self-regulate, also give them a way to express their emotions and also build relationships throughout the class and even in their community. They are able to face challenges with compassion and courage. They get the opportunity to practice mindfulness, conflict resolution, and they also practice kindness and gratitude throughout the day through peace of mind. Responsive classroom, it's a student-centered social and emotional learning approach to teaching and discipline. There's morning meetings, closing circles, which is they establish rules and routines, and there's also quiet time. If you guys would like further information, or again, once you receive this presentation, you could actually click on the links that would also provide you more information regarding these 3 SEL focus that we have here at Stokes. I know there's a lot of questions. I'm not sure if I'm able to see them. Hopefully I could answer them later on.
Mr.
Thank you,
Bobby.
Ms.
It's Mirza.
Thank you, Ms. Delma. Good afternoon, families. My name is Mirza Lopez. I am the operation manager at the Brookland campus. I will explain the process of dropping off medication. First is complete the medication action plan that must be completed and signed by the doctor, must be dropped off by the parent or trust adult, not by the student. It must be handled directly to school nurse or authorized staff member. We will share your child medication information with the staff member who interact with your scholar on a daily basis. Lastly, only authorized and trained personnel will administer the medication to your child. If you have any questions, please let us know. Now I will walk through the KRF cars. Kids Ride for Free program allows students to ride for free on public transportation around DC. It will be available for students enrolled at Stokes 5 years and up. If you have the card from past year, this is good until September 30. If you are in need one, please send me an email. I will be provide you with one. Once again, if you have a question, please let me know. I wish everyone a wonderful school year.
I had a question. I don't know if this question had been answered because I just got on here. What's the cost of
Can we hold on? Can we hold on for the questions at the end so we can get to the presentation?
Yes.
Or you can type it in the chat. I think there are people actively answering questions in the chat.
Okay, now we have told you everything we have done to be ready for your children. We are working very hard. Teachers are working in developing lessons that are interactive, but we also would like to highlight some of your duties as parents and what are the expectations. So first, attendance. It is very important that you shall attend the school on every day. If he or she is planning to be absent, or if your child cannot attend the school, you need to notify us. There are two ways that you can use to notify. You can email, and the email is attendance@ewstokes.org. You can see it there. Or you can call the school and let us know that your child will be absent. As Mr. Bobby mentioned it before, all the scholars that arrive to the school after 8:15 will be marked tardy. Each time a scholar is absent, we will call you and find out what was the reason, what happened, and is everything okay? So just to make life easier for you, to avoid us calling you and asking what happened, or just let us know that your child won't be in the school on that day. If you are planning long trips, or your child won't be able to come to the school for long periods of time, you will have to request this permission for this absence. And you need to send this request to Mr. Bobby or Ms. Costanza, the Director of Teaching and Learning, and they have to approve. They will be sure that your child takes some school materials or homework or something, so the absent can be excused. Communications.
Good evening. My name is Caroline Hutton. I am the communications manager for both the Brookland and East End campuses, and I'm also the parent of a rising 5th grade French student and a rising 3rd grade French student. The main platform that the school uses for all of our communications, both from the school like administrative level and from the teacher level, is Parent Square. So hopefully if you have arrived here tonight, you have been at least familiar and received some of the notifications through Parent Square. You'll see that we are posting the weekly newsletters there. We're sometimes posting things of general information, especially as the city is doing a large push for vaccine mandate for all the childhood vaccines. Or there will be other things coming through groups like the PTA or the Equity Committee that I know are going to be speaking in a few minutes. So it is important to have your information up to date and current on there, both your email and your phone. Another important update that we would be sending through that platform is urgent alerts for things like snow days or any other type of emergency. So if you have not received an invitation or you haven't heard of Parent Square yet, you can email me, Caroline H @ewstokes.org, and I'll make sure to put that in the chat in a few minutes. We have been having some issues with getting some families set up. I know, could you go back just a minute yet, Ana Maria? We're working through that. So if you see weird things like you have the same kid listed twice, we're working on some of these, but if you have any questions at all, please let me know. You'll also receive weekly classroom newsletters from your teachers. You can communicate with your teachers and with other parents in your class on Parent Square. So generally that's where you can find all of the information. It's been a really great resource for our community. Other ways that we will share less urgent information is over our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and sometimes TikTok. So you can keep an eye out for those, but that's more just for fun and for our larger community that's out there. And then our school website. So that, of course, is all public information, whereas Parent Square is a private forum to the current families in the school. But there is also a lot of information on the website, and often we'll link back and forth to those. So keep an eye on those spaces, but generally the most need to know is coming through Parent Square. Okay, you can go ahead, Ana Maria. Thank you. The handbook is going to be like the fuller version of all the information we're presenting here tonight. I know, especially for new families, there's a lot going on, and it's an intense time of year. We're in the process of putting some final updates on a new edition of the handbook coming out. The prior edition is still on the website, and you can view that there, but the new one should be coming out hopefully when we are sharing these meeting materials within the next day or two. So keep an eye out for that coming to you through Parent Square. Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline. And now just to talk about few opportunities that we want parents to be involved. As many of you may have heard, we start the school year with family visits. So our teachers will be calling you or emailing you and asking you to get together. This is an opportunity to get to know you better, to learn about your culture, and to set hopes and dreams for the school year. So please, if you haven't scheduled a family visit, go ahead and do that. Also, we conduct 3 parent teacher conferences, one at the end of each trimester. During these meetings, you set goals, you review your child's progress. If you see the calendar of events, you will see there is a date for these parent-teacher conferences. So please save the date in your calendar and be sure that you know they are approaching, so you will be scheduling a conference with the teachers. We also have the celebrations of learning. This is an event where the students showcase to parents all the learning that they have acquired during the trimester. So it is important that you come to the school and see them and support them and celebrate their achievement. We will continue having our first Fridays. So for new families, first Fridays are information sessions that we host the first Friday of every month. We share with you information about the curriculum or things that are happening in the school. So these events are going to be virtual this school year, and they will be from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Again, you will be receiving this information. You can click on the calendar of events, or another thing we want you to do is we are looking for experts, speakers for our units of inquiry. So once you receive this link, let us know what is your area of expertise and come and support our students. Share your knowledge with us and we will be happy to have you. As an initiative of the mentorship program, Sina, a parent from 3rd grade, is going to be this year. We will be having the meet and greet in the garden. So every Thursday during September, we will have grade levels meeting together. This is an opportunity just to get to know other families, get to know other parents, and talk with people about, it doesn't have to be about the school, but just getting to know more people. So we want you to come to these events. Again, you have seen this flyer, save the day and join us between 3:30 and 5:30 so we can get to know you better. Mr. Bobby. Is Mr. Bobby?
Yep. Sorry, I was muted. All right, so the first day of school for grades kindergarten through 5th grade is Monday, August 29th. And we're excited because we're going to have our first day of school parade, and then we'll have it'll be followed by a meet and greet in the Zen Garden. And I think the next slide is going to talk about the parade. Pre-K students, remember, your start date is a day after August 30th. So August 30th is the pre-K start date. And the reason that we do that is because pre-K, the first day is very, very overwhelming. Like we have balloons, noisemakers, fire truck, and all that. And that can be very overwhelming for the little ones. So we want to focus all of our attention on Tuesday to our youngest scholars, which are pre-K scholars. So they will have our undivided attention on that day. Next slide. Alrighty, so here's the schedule for the first day of school celebration. And we haven't had this in about 2 years now. We haven't had
3.
3? Wow. All right, so we're gonna have, we'll open the doors at 7:30 and we'll have before care and breakfast for our students. And our staff will be blowing up balloons and getting ready for the decorations. And we're just gonna have the balloons outside in the front of the school. We used to pass out 350 balloons, but then the kids would let them go and, you know, we wanna take care of our environment. We're going to do morning lineup. It'll be a little extended on this day just to make sure it's the first one. So we're not going to do a full, like all the songs and everything, but just want to make sure that students are lined up in the proper space. And that'll be from like 8 to 8:20. At 8:20, they'll go to class, drop off their backpacks, get situated a little. We might take attendance. And then at 8:30, they're going to start lining up, and they're going to start lining up in language and in pairs. So the fifth grade French will line up with fifth grade or with first grade French. Fifth grade Spanish will line up with first Spanish. And I think we switched this a little. I think it's fifth and second and fourth and first, right? We'll have it figured out. And so on and so forth. So we'll line up in front of the school. We'll, as they walk out, we'll give them pom-poms and noisemakers and whistles and stuff like that. We just want to let the whole neighborhood know that we are excited to be back in the school. Between 8:45 and 8:55, we will have some special guest speakers in front of the school, just welcoming the schools back to, or welcoming the scholars back to school and wishing you a wonderful 22-23 school year. We have some speakers already confirmed, so that will happen at that time. At 8:55, we will start the parade around the block, and it will be led by our local fire station. I think it's truck 15, I believe it is, from Brookland. And they'll drive very slow, and they'll lead the parade with their lights. And we will also have a horse. We will have the horses from our friends at the U.S. Park Services, and they will be at the end of the parade to make sure that, you know, before they used to lead the parade, but the horses, well, you get the pictures. They would leave stuff for the kids to step on, and so now they're at the very end of the parade. After the parade, we should be back around 8. We should be back around 9:15, and then the administrative team will meet with parents out in the Zen Garden. We will have coffee and donuts available for parents at the Zen Garden between 8:30 and 9, or between 8 and 9:30. If you want to drop your kids off, you can go meet some of the parents. You can probably sign up for PTA and stuff like that. Kindergartners, this is important. Kindergartners, they're still a little young to go all the way around the block. So they walk all the way down to the bottom of Oakview, and then they walk back up the hill. So they can make noise and have their pom-pom stuff, but they will not go all the way around the block. So next slide. Show your school spirit. We have our online student store. You can scan that QR code right there, and you'll be able to buy t-shirts and pencils and mugs and hoodies and stuff like that, all on our online store. And typically, you know, Fridays is the day where most of the kids and scholars, the scholars and staff wear their school t-shirts. All right, so we're looking forward to partnering with you on your child's educational journey. Gracias, merci, and thank you. And Caroline, I know you've been monitoring the chat, and were there any questions that were not answered?
Yeah, there were a couple of themes that were coming up several times. And the first one, I think if Senora Constanza could talk a little bit about the shift of the schedule, the shortening at the end of the school day, and maybe the thinking behind that and the implications of that, please.
Okay.
Yes, so we decided to change the schedule. We slightly changed it. What we did is we reduced the morning lineup time and the transition time. We're not taking away instruction time. The reason for that is because we, as you all know, we have a model that requires a lot of planning and a lot of collaboration in between teams. And in order to be able to coordinate that and for everybody to be able to have the unit of inquiry planning meetings and the team meetings, we needed a little bit more of time for teachers to do that. We also had to build time in for teachers to plan independently. As you know, a lot of time for Spanish teachers and for French teachers are no resources available. So they have to create their own resources. They have to have the time to do that. So that's the reason behind.
And I just want to, yeah, and on that same note, we're still above what is required from OSSE. we were actually, by going up to 3:30, we were going over by 90 hours every school year. So it's not like we're
90 minutes every day. It was like over 1,000 hours over every school year.
Yeah.
it was like, yeah. So we're still going over, but
Mhm.
you know, I think it was like 3 weeks, Julia, something like that, that we were going over by 3
More
weeks.
even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Bobby, our wonderful teachers are here and we want the parents to be able to meet them. I know there are many questions, but can we, I don't want the teachers to be here after 6:30. If we open the breakout rooms for parents to meet the teachers, we will remain on the main room
Yep.
answering questions. Is that okay with everyone? So we can
Absolutely.
keep moving. Okay, so I will open the breakout rooms. You will find the breakout rooms are by grade level. So if your child is going to first grade, you go to the first grade breakout room. You will get an opportunity to meet the teachers there. This is a very informal presentation. And during back to school night, you will get the opportunity, you will have the opportunity to know more about the academic programs.
And I'm
So I
gonna ask,
will-
somebody asked if they can share screen in the breakout rooms.
Yes, everybody
Okay.
can, yeah. Mhm. Okay, so I am opening the rooms. Can you see them?
Yep.
Okay, so just choose your room. If you need help, I can assign you to a breakout room. Oh, there is also PTA. Sorry, I forgot. But is somebody from the PTA?
And if you can't assign yourself to a breakout room, you can just unmute yourself and say your name and what breakout room you want to be in if you need help.
Wallace, breakout room, 4th grade.
For Wallace, okay.
Omar Sena, breakout room for Spanish 3rd grade.
Hi,
While
I'm
the-
trying to go into the meeting for pre-K.
See the names.
There are 4.
Pre-K
Uh,
French.
Breakout room, kindergarten.
If you could tell us your
Yes.
name that's on your Zoom account so that we know
Monica.
who's speaking, that would be helpful.
Monica,
Ms. Monica, you can't get to your own breakout room?
Wait, Wallace, you sent me to the 3rd grade. I wanted 4th grade French. Wallace Odina.
Got it.
Sandrine, I want to go to the 1st grade French.
Mr. Sena, what room do you say?
I say Sandrine.
3rd grade Spanish. Not sure where will we see this thing? Oh, there
If
it
you
is.
go to the bottom, yeah, got it.
Sandrine, which group did you want to go to? I'm sorry.
I want to go to 1st grade French.
1st grade.
I'm
Thank
having
you.
trouble getting into 2nd grade Spanish, please.
Robin Bravender, 2nd grade.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm looking to get into 3rd grade Spanish, please.
Megan to 3rd grade. Got it?
Doctor, 4th grade Spanish.
Got you.
Miss April, I don't see. Oh.
My
Miss
name is
April?
Rachan.
Oh, sorry.
Rashan,
Yeah, 1st grade Spanish, please.
got it?
Thank you.
Miss April, I don't see her on the list to move her to 1st grade.
Miss April.
Oh, there's Miss April, you're on twice.
No, I know it kicked me out, so I need to be assigned to the breakout room for 1st grade. It wouldn't let me do it on my own.
Got it.
Okay, thank you.
Can you sign both of her?
I don't see her Miss April one.
Yeah, I don't see one. Señora Rosalinda. Señora
The
Rosalinda.
grandmother of Haley Garrison. What grade is Haley Garrison going to?
Haley's in pre-K FA.
Pre-K French.
Okay.
Thank you.
Señora Rosalinda, ¿qué grado?
En quinto grado.
Español?
Sí, español.
Están juntos.
Eno, where you want to go?
Okay.
Miss Lore.
Eno left. The grandmother of Haley Garrison, I think she's going to pre-K French A.
So I just wait till someone transfers me. Oh, I see. I got it. Thank you.
Mirza.
Mark, is there a breakout room you want to go to?
Pre-K Spanish A.
Pre-K Spanish A, okay. And I see Yara, we need to send Yara to her class.
Miss Lore. Miss Lore, I think is second grade. Jennifer, what grade?
Hi, everyone. I was trying to jump back into second grade because I was in pre-K to just say hello.
Second grade? Okay.
Yeah, I have 2 kids, so.
I got it.
Great presentation. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Jamie Villalba, she needs to go to second grade.
Today? Today is there? And I see Jamie.
I
Jamie's our
moved
teacher.
Jamie, yeah, to second grade. Miss Robnet, what grade do you want?
Hi, sorry, I was just trying to I was in the kindergarten and I was trying to get over to pre-K.
Okay.
Ella, come here. Do you want to see your teachers? You want to meet your teachers?
I got it, Mr. Nado.
Okay, thank you, Julia.
Kinder, right? No, it's
pre-K.
Got it.
And Donnell Peterson, where do you want to go?
These are my teachers.
Mr.
Wherever you need
Chanel.
me to go, Bobby.
That's not a.
You should see your button, Miss Ginny.
Where's your teacher?
Mark, are you on?
Oh, we should have stopped our recording, huh? Or is it recording in the breakout rooms?
No, it's recording this, but it's okay. I can edit it later.
Hey, folks.
So if I do like this, it won't come up.
Francoise doesn't have permission to share screen. She's trying to share her schedule.
I gave permission to all participants. Julia,
I just
did
got one from Constanza also says she cannot share screen.
Dios mío.
So
let me see. How do I do this?
The security it allows shared screen.
To allow all participants to share.
Oh, there we go.
You got it?
Let's see. Tell them to try it now, if you can.
I saw Miss Cortez pop in. She's still in this session?
It's raining so hard.
Really? It's not raining at all here. Oh my
No.
goodness.
Yeah, it's not raining at all here.
Oh my God.
That's so funny.
Thunder.
It's coming hard. It's coming down.
Gina, did Gina say what